Yeah, we're doing this. Here's the setup. CBR's top scientists have fused Spider-Man, Venom, Hulk, and the Joker into a lean, mean creation of muscle, steel, and sex appeal. He's got the strength of each one of them combined, and we want to see who can outlift him. We all know that Spidey can lift at least 10 tons, and Hulk can lift 100 tons while calm. Venom can lift more than Spidey, and the Joker's a weak and feeble man, but he at least adds a couple of pounds of lifting strength to their combined 1-rep max weight. So, which heroes are stronger than all those guys combined? Keep in mind that we're going with Hulk's average strength because the amount of weight that he can lift depends greatly on who's riding him and how angry he supposedly is. Remember, this is not a list of who could win in a fight. It's a lifting contest, and we're not taking ourselves too seriously here. So let's have some fun. In no particular order, here are 10 superheroes stronger than Spider-Man, Hulk, the Joker, and Venom combined. Let us know what your favorites are, and remember to push that red button to subscribe for more. Superman. Let's get the obvious one out of the way. Superman can lift a planet. In fact, we're pretty sure that when Superman does push-ups, he simply pushes the planet down. While Hulk might be strong as hell, even with the help of our 3 other characters, he's still not to the strength where he can move planets made of kryptonite. Superman's feats of strength are astonishing. So astonishing, in fact, that they cause endless plot holes. While Superman has done the standard feats of strength like punching asteroids in half, that's nothing that our superhero combination couldn't do. After all, Hulk has done that himself in the 52nd issue of Marvel Comics Presents. Where Superman really shows his strength is in the little things that we probably don't notice, such as when he stops a full-powered sword swing from a thoroughly annoyed Wonder Woman. While this might not sound impressive at first, keep in mind that Wonder Woman is stronger than the Hulk too, and is swinging a sword, and Superman catches it as though it's no big deal. Although our favorite instance of Superman's strength is when he forced a hole into the fabric of the universe to punch death in the jaw. That's apocalyptic levels of strength. Goku. Crossing over into the land of Japanese comics, there's no denying the sheer brute force that Goku possesses. Unlike other superheroes who are just thrust into their power, Goku actively trains and works to become as strong as he can be. If Goku's regular unrelenting force wasn't enough, becoming Super Saiyan makes him at least 50 times as strong as he was before. While Hulk alone can get stronger depending on how mad he is, we did decide to cap him at base strength purely because we just don't know how strong he could potentially become. And comic writers haven't helped us either, constantly moving the finish line for what Hulk is capable of. Even with Venom and Spider-Man lifting 20 tons with him, we really doubt that our combination is able to perform the kind of feats that a full roided up Goku's capable of. Hell, Goku's feats have made even Superman blush. It's constantly stated that Goku is powerful enough to destroy entire galaxies. The only reason he hasn't is because he's a good guy. While we're not saying that Goku could beat up the Man of Steel in a fight, we're saying that he's certainly performed feats that would make it seem like he's stronger than Superman, such as lifting and training with gravity 100 times heavier than Earth's. Supergirl. Okay, this is the last one from the Superman family. Kara Zor-El is the female counterpart to Superman, and pre-Crisis, there was pretty much no limit to her power. DC writers had the bad habit in the Silver Age of making Kryptonians however strong they needed to be in order to advance the plot. Despite her immense strength, she's not quite as powerful as Superman. While the supervillain Reign wanted to recruit Supergirl to her team of world killers after watching her fight Superman and appear to be winning, the whole reason she appeared to be winning was because Superman was holding back. It does say something about how strong Supergirl is, however, that she is frequently mistaken for being stronger than Superman himself. That being said, Supergirl was strong enough to blow up the moon on her own, and that's an impressive feat that Hulk can't claim to have had. We're also going to include the older, alternative universe version of Supergirl, Power Girl, as they're kind of the same person, and Supergirl herself did admit at one time that Power Girl was the stronger of the duo. Rather than destroying a moon, Power Girl instead moved the moon. All 81 billion tons of it. Dr. Manhattan. Dr. Manhattan is almighty strong in a different way. Whereas a character like Hercules can push Godzilla over, Dr. Manhattan has the ultimate power, the control over matter. This means that Dr. Manhattan can do whatever he wants. He's as close to a god as a man can be. This also means that he has boundless strength thanks to that ability. While his godlike power has left him emotionally detached from humanity with no real interest in them, it certainly did not impede him physically. Over the course of Watchmen, he begins to raise a whole new civilization on Mars, grows to 100 times his size on numerous occasions, and also makes copies of himself. So even if Dr. Manhattan was having an off day with a bad back and didn't feel like magicking his back better, he could blow himself up huge or create an army of him to move whatever he needs to be moved. This is simply assuming he doesn't just vaporize the object and reassemble it elsewhere. While it may be considered cheating, the fact remains that the Doctor really can lift whatever he wants, via his mind or physically. Which raises the question, if he can lift anything easily, how's he so buff? The answer? Matter manipulation. Silver Surfer. If you're a die-hard Marvel fan, you probably realize that Norrin Radd would make this list. While he rarely gets a chance to show off his max strength due to his other powers of telekinesis that prevent him from needing to, the most powerful and favored herald of Galactus is absurdly strong. In fact, the Surfer is so strong that thanks to the power cosmic, it's believed that his physical strength is limitless. Even without the power cosmic, he's perfectly capable of crushing Doombot faces with a single punch. He's also able to stop Rhino mid-charge by grabbing his horn without any real difficulty. Not only that, but he can easily withstand blows from the Hulk, meaning that he's stable under pressure. That sort of endurance will make it a lot easier for someone with a lot of explosive strength but without endurance. What's most telling about the Silver Surfer is the confidence in his own ability. When he defeated Hulk with just one move, he didn't even flinch or look even slightly worried at the prospect of a giant green behemoth charging towards him. That's the level of confidence Surfer has in his ability. He's so strong and powerful that he didn't even have to worry about the idea of Hulk coming at him. He just slapped Hulk to the side as though it were nothing. Superboy. The Kryptonian lad, Con-El, aka Connor Kent, is our next pick. Superboy has a rather interesting backstory. Rather than being a pure Kryptonian, he's actually a hybrid clone of Superman and Lex Luthor. Not only does he possess immense strength, although not quite to Superman's level, but he also has tactile telekinesis, which allows him to lift even more. While at present he doesn't quite match up to Superman in terms of strength, the most exciting thing about Superboy is that if the writers ever let him grow that little bit further into adulthood, he would actually be stronger than the Man of Steel himself. Thanks to his tactile telekinesis cloaking his body, he's able to lift entire buildings up without even smashing them. That is something that Hulk can't quite manage to do. While we're sure that he'd get the building off the ground, we're pretty sure it'd crumble. The resident kid hero in our combination is Spider-Man, who's frequently depicted as a teenager in many interpretations of the character. Spider-Man can at most manage to hold a bus over his head, which is impressive but pales in comparison compared to Superboy. That's one very powerful kid that the Justice League has on their hands. Superboy Prime. While he's more of a villain now, Prime was a good guy once upon a time. One of many alternate versions of Clark Kent, Superboy Prime is everything that Superman is, but even stronger, and without that pesky weakness to magic that Superman has. Not only that, but he also comes packing a power suit that collects solar energy to maintain his power. This means that he's not getting tired anytime soon. When he's not destroying the Justice League Watchtower or knocking out Power Girl with one shot, he's delivering a punch so powerful that it rebooted the DC Universe. That's how strong we're talking here. This is a man who punched the universe so hard that Jason Todd came back to life. Hulk's feats of strength don't come anywhere near that. So we're pretty sure it's safe to say that Superboy Prime is able to lift a little bit more than the combined strength of Hulk, Superman, and Venom, even if the Joker's adding a few pounds to that. What's even more amazing is that Superboy Prime wasn't even at full strength when he threw his epic retcon-creating punch. What's even more surprising though, is that our next entry can punch even harder than him. One Punch Man. We'll forgive you if you're not enough into manga to know who One Punch Man is. In short, he's a parody of every overpowered character from Superman to Goku. The comic takes the concept of being an almighty demigod and then brings up how boring life must be to be that strong. There's no enemy that One Punch Man cannot defeat with one punch. There's not even much out there that he can't lift. Yet despite his amazing strength, One Punch Man only gained his power through the minimal effort of doing a small workout routine of 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, and a 10-kilometer run. While we're sure that that sounds impressive to some of our audience, it's not even close to the kind of physical conditioning that non-superpowered athletes would do in real life. In spite of this, One Punch Man became the strongest person in existence. Why are we so confident that he's stronger than the Hulk, Spider-Man, Venom, and the Joker combined? Because he's overpowered by design. While comic book characters are often molded into something so powerful that it's hard to take seriously over time, this is caused by writers getting overexcited and wanting to push the boundaries of what they can do with a character. The downside is, it makes those comic characters seem too powerful and opens up endless plot holes on why they can't just get anything done easily. One Punch Man, on the other hand, plays those tropes straight. He can do whatever he wants, and it's not a challenge for him. That's the whole joke of the comic. God. One above all is literally God. There's nothing more to say. Of course he's stronger than the Hulk. While Dr. Manhattan is as powerful as God, the One above all actually is one. First appearing in Sensational Spider-Man Volume 2, number 40, One above all was introduced as the god and creator of the multiverse. This was the character's first appearance in comics, despite being mentioned by Doctor Strange in an issue some 30 years earlier. While there's a very similar DC character called the Presence, we really wanted to give Marvel a moment here. While Mephisto denies the One above all to be God, he's the Marvel equivalent of the devil, so of course he'd deny a god. While there are relatively few recorded feats of One above all's almighty strength, we do know thanks to the official Marvel handbook that he is all-knowing, all-present, and all-powerful. If he ever decided on a whim one day to merge Spider-Man, Hulk, the Joker, and Venom into one ugly, super strong monstrosity, we're pretty confident that he would beat him in a deadlifting contest. Wonder Woman. Even stronger than Supergirl, Wonder Woman is the strongest woman around. While an angry Hulk is certainly stronger than the two, we're pretty sure that Wonder Woman is stronger than base Hulk. Even with Spider-Man and Venom's combined force, and Joker's moral support, we're not convinced that Hulk could outlift Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman once lassoed the sun, you're welcome, and pulled it back to the solar system to stop the destruction of the galaxy, which is pretty strong. Aside from Silver Age antics, Wonder Woman has lifted giant asteroids, fought toe-to-toe with Superman, not to mention having more strength than the similarly powerful Aquaman, according to DC's website. Perhaps our favorite example of her strength, though, was when she pulled Martian Manhunter out of a black hole. The New 52 did significantly lower her power level, probably in an attempt to stop their heroes from being quite as ridiculous. Although we don't like to see her getting one over guys like Hercules, whose entire claim to fame is being strong, we do like to see her swing her sword around like a maniac, cutting up bad guys. While Hulk is one of the strongest Marvel characters, at base power he just doesn't have the unrelenting force of a lot of the DC lineup, who are famously known for being overpowered. Even with Venom and Spidey, they just don't add much physical power to him in order to match up. That's all we have time for today. Who are your favorite super strong characters? And could you see any of them lifting more than the Hulk? Write a comment below and tell us about it. And as always, click the subscribe button to see more.